250 highlights from Philly. Second year in succession for Monster Energy AMA Supercross coming back to the city of brotherly love. It's an east-west showdown. And speaking of down, Tom Vial went down in spectacular fashion. And this forced the French rider, the reigning champion in the East Division, just to ride off and up the tunnel. And he was like, I'm done. I can't go on with this. I'll see you in the last chance qualifier. That shocked everybody. So, let's get to the main event. And Vial had an inside gate pick, but got jammed up.
Yeah, this was in the first one. And you can see RJ was down in that first corner, and Tom was somewhat of the beneficiary because RJ was close to him, but it allowed
Seth Hammaker.
Yeah, Seth Hammaker out front, getting out front for him, and then it was a red flag. Tough crash from Dastin Bennett. Was able to get up, got a great team of guys around him to help him, so hopefully he's healed up. But that red flag, then they restarted the whole thing back to 15 minutes on the gate.
Daxton Bennett was awake and alert and taken to hospital for further observations. When James said the first part, that's because there was a complete restart. Part two, and RJ Hampshire was in the mix with Seth Hammaker, Deegan, Cody Schock. It was on.
That was a close one by Hayden Deegan. I didn't realize that he almost lost it. Wow, that was an incredible save.
Vial appreciated the second chance, and he made the most of it, keeping his title hopes alive, getting by Cody Schock.
Yeah, I mean, I know the results are probably not what he wanted, especially after last weekend, but honestly, I don't think he really lost anything. I think it was a benefit, but this guy right here, it was the teammates going at it. Hayden Deegan and Cole Davies just had some great lines, and the way he was able to ride up past Hayden Deegan and then made his way up to RJ and Seth Hammaker. I mean, the dude was on another level. He's just going to go around the outside of him right here.
Yeah.
How about this for a pass?
I love those lines right there that Cole Davies was taking in the main event. James, you were talking to it, bringing it to everyone's attention about not following and being able to take alternative lines and that weren't as wore out. But look at this save. You talk about he was out of control, huh?
Yeah, he was a little out of control, but the skills kicked in right at the right time. But that was a huge save.
Pass for the lead.
Yeah, there's a pass for a lead, and you can see Cole, he just had better lines and had better pace and got up in the same spot as he was able to get around Seth. And he got up in the front, and he was just gone.
Late in the race, Hayden Deegan staged a remarkable comeback. So, was he headed for third? No, he wasn't, because Hampshire had several hiccups there, and he went right around the outside of the Husqvarna rider to put himself in second and started reeling his teammate in.
Well, seeing that mistake in real time from RJ Hampshire, that was the save of the night.
Yeah, he might need to get checked with his neck checked. He might need to get a chiropractor after that, but this guy was just on a different level, Lee.
Cole Davies, the 17-year-old star from New Zealand, back-to-back wins. The only rider in either division to do that this year. It was a Monster Energy Star Yamaha 1-2, but this kid is something else. And he is showing us. Standing in the center, front and center, in consecutive races, Seattle and Philadelphia for a Davies, Deegan, Hampshire podium. Seth Hammaker did well here in his home state, and Joe Shimoda rode to a very fine fifth. Tom Vial did enough to stay in touch. Yes, he may no longer have the red plate and be the championship leader. Julian Beaumer, it was a tough one in Philly. In the original start and those opening laps, he was in the top three, but after the red flag and the total restart, Juju was doing it tough and finished outside the top 10. All right, let's talk points after this East-West showdown. And we start with the West. Deegan boasts a 17-point advantage over Cole Davies, but that's incredible. For that kid to be in second place in this early stage of his career is remarkable, but he just continues to impress.
Well, they got 2 rounds left, and that'll be Denver and Salt Lake City, and anything can happen at those events. You're gonna probably need a little bit of help just because Hayden has been so consistent all season long, but it's certainly something to watch, and it's an incredible rookie performance.
All right, Stu, let's have a look at the East points because it is a completely different picture. It's still tied at the top, but it's no longer Hammaker and Vial. It's Hammaker and Hampshire at the top.